Welcome to APCA Online. I'm Chef Lim. Today is Saturday, so we will do live demo. So today I will do the fromage cheese. Okay? So the ingredient we have the Chiboust cheese, we have the sweet pastry, also we have the almond cream. A bit simple, but you can taste very well of the cheese flavor. So now I will go through the sweet pastry first. I think some of the students you all is very familiar with sweet pastry. Okay, I will do the wrapping method. So I'll place all the dry ingredient inside. The reason we do this one, we will get very crunchy of the sablé. Because you not incorporate too much air, also because you won't easily form the gluten. Your flour didn't accept any liquid, so they're not easy from the gluten, so that your cookies will be very fluffy and light. So we will use the low speed to beat first. Lastly, only we add in the eggs. For wrapping methods, guys, the butter better you're using the cold butter. Egg, room temperature egg. If your egg too cold, it will you need more time to emulsify. So we need to beat until sandy texture. If you're not sure what is sandy texture, you can check like the almond powder texture, then you can stop. Once the butter and the flour is mixed well nicely. I will go high speed a bit. Okay, I show you. There's like the powder form. The butter already go in. Okay, so I didn't add any liquid, so your flour won't easy to get the gluten. So now we'll add all the liquid inside. Okay, before I start, I will preheat the oven. I will use 160 degrees Celsius. Okay, I will start. Okay guys, once they become dough, you stop. Because we don't want too much gluten inside your tart shell or sweet pastry. It will affect the texture when you eat. It will become too dense if you have too much gluten. So we clean the pedals evenly. As normal, I will mix a little bit to make sure the bottom also is mixed well nicely. You can make it become like dough. Okay. I will ready 2 punishment pepper. The size you can according 30 to 40, slightly bigger. You could flatten first. Place another punishment on top. Okay, I will use rolling pin. Okay, I will flatten it, gentle. Right? You can start from middle, press. Then you turn to another side. Same method. Okay, if you really want the sizes, I would say 0.3 cm, which is 3 mm. I don't like too thin because I still want the texture of the sweet pastry. Alright. For sure, I will keep this one inside the chiller or freezer to rest. For next recipe, I will doing the almond cream. For almond cream, if you want to process faster, you can place everything inside the Robocop or maybe food processor to blend well, then you can start. So I'll place the sugar and butter to do creaming. For do almond cream, you need to very concern is you don't split the almond cream, which is you need to beat until the almond and the butter, not almond, the sugar and the butter, beat until evenly, until fluffy and light. Then you add in the dry ingredient, which is the flour and the almond first. Lastly, only you add in the eggs. Because the egg condensed here is a lot. If you add early, they will split out. Split out, they will have one problem. You after add in the ground almond and the flour, they will recombine again. But during baking, they will split again. Because they split already, they're not easy hold back the shape. And then after you bake out, you will feel the almond cream a bit oily, and then the cell life also shorter, and then a bit like the cookies. So I start first. So the butter I already took out 1 hour before, so they're very fast to mix well. You can increase the speed once they mix well. Okay, relax a bit. So now we'll take out the sweet pastry. Okay guys, this is a sweet pastry I've already do at once. So for this time, we're using this one, silicone mat, fashion eclair, okay? And then we're using this cutter to cut out the slices of the sweet pastry. Okay, will be like this one. You place inside immediately. So for this time, we'll do 5 pieces. Okay guys, why we need to rest the dough? The reason is we need to soften the gluten. Another thing, because your butter beat already, they become softened. So you need to put back to the chiller to soften the dough, to rest the dough, to let the butter then reconstruct the body. Also, it will let your dough after during baking they not shrink a lot. Okay, that is the reason why we need to rest the sweet pastry. So I will scrape the side and then I will show you the result now. Okay, puffy and white. So now I will add in the ground almond and the flour, cake flour. Cake flour here is the 8% to 10% protein inside. Okay, mix well. Okay, once they combine, you can start slowly add in the egg part by part. I will divide it to 5 to 6 parts. Because if you one shot, you add everything, they will be split out. And then you also need to mix well because the egg yolk is a natural emulsifier to help you to easy to combine the liquid and the fat. Then I will do square. Okay, low speed, another part of the eggs. If you feel you want to add in some other flavor to do the almond cream, you can add in the coffee, pistachio, whatever you want. You just add the paste inside, okay? Or maybe you want to do you want to add powder form, also no problem. Okay, I will scrap again. Don't forget the paddle. Paddle is always stuck the butter and the make sure it's not mixed well. So you see I do about 8 times. I add in the eggs and keep stirring because I don't want my almond cream is split. Split already, you also lose the body, and then your end result of the almond cream will be turn hard and dense. The volume will be slightly lesser, and then once you bake out, because the oil and fat is split out already during baking, the evaporate of the liquid out, so you don't have liquid already, so your almond cream turn dry. Okay? So very important, huh? Alright. Also, one more information, if you beat already, you add in all the ingredients already, you don't overmix. Overmix because they will absorb more cold air inside, they also will split out. For sure, they will also condense some flour, so if you beat more, it will condense more gluten inside. Okay. Okay, this is the result of the almond cream. So I will place inside the piping bags. Okay, before you pile the almond cream on top, and this time I do a bit different. I didn't bake my sweet pastry first, but I will place some hole. It will help it easy to fast cooking, and then not easy to let the dough become puffed up like that. Okay. Okay, I will pile a little bit cream. For example, this one is 100%, I will pile 20%, which is around 20 grams like that, and then the thickness around is 1 cm. Okay. See, the result will be like this. Tap a little bit. Okay, guys, very thin. So now we'll bake inside the oven, 160 for 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, later I will show you. Next recipe we will go through is the chiboust. Okay, guys, chiboust actually is the mousse before the cream have been designed by the daily factory, okay? Which is last time they don't have cream in the industry. So they will use Italian meringue to aerate the mousse. So this one is the cream patisserie plus Italian, you get the chiboust, okay? Origin is from the French. So the ingredient we have milk, these three, 1, 2, 3, which is the water, egg white, and the sugar is for Italian meringue. Cream cheese, egg yolk, small part sugar, which is the volume lesser, cake flour, and gelatin solution. If you don't want to use cake flour, if you have cake flour, the texture will be slightly dense. If you don't want to use, you can use the corn flour to replace. No problem with that. Before we start, I will show you the result of the almond cream and the pastry. So this one I pre-bake. So once you're done, you will get the result like this one. The base, this color. This one is the almond cream. Okay. The thickness only like that, not too high. Because the leftover you will go through for the mousse. The balance is 80% of the mousse, 20% of the sweet pastry and the almond cream. If not, this one over, you won't taste the cheese flavor. Okay, now I will do the cream patisserie first. Which is the ingredient I will cook here is flour, egg yolk, sugar, and then cream cheese over here, gelatin over here. Okay? So, very simple. I will add everything here. Include the flour as well. Sugar and the gelatin later. Cream cheese also later. Okay, I will use the whisk to do mix well first before we cook. If you're scared your flour is not easy to mix well, you can add in after the meal have some temperature like 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. Only you add in the flour, no problem with that. Okay, just mix well everything. So we'll start cook. If you want to save time, so you can use the high heat to cook it. And meanwhile waiting, I will ready the bowl for the Italian meringue. I'll place the egg white over here. Even I haven't started, at least I save my time. Now we're back to stir this one. We just need to cook until thicken. Once your egg yolk 65 degrees above, they will start coagulate everything and then they will turn set. Once they go under 75, they will set and then absorb all the moisture and thicken. Okay, almost there. If you scared burn, you can take out from the heat. You stir well first. Okay, you need to cook until like volcano lava. You will see the bubble pop like that. Then only you stop. You see now actually they're already set. But I want to make sure everything cook well. I will keep stirring and then go a bit fast. Okay, I stop the heat. See the texture? Your spatula can hold the cream patisserie already. Okay, meanwhile, you can add in the cream cheese. We use the remaining heat to melt the cream cheese. Also, we're easy to bring down the temperature. Okay, next step, gelatin. Gelatin is helping to set. Also, you can keep your mousse longer in the chiller. Which is the style life will slightly longer than the normal. Okay, I will transfer to the jar. Okay, if you want to add in some alcohol, I can recommend you add in the white wine, okay? Because cheese and the wine is good together. But you don't put that red wine will be overpowering the cheese flavor. So now we will do the Italian meringue. Because we don't cook the syrup, we need some time, so I will do this one first. We're gonna to cook until 116. Okay, meanwhile we're waiting, I will do the ham blend for this one to get a better result. Okay, the result will be like that. Put one side. Now we'll use this one to check the temperature, and I will go the high speed now. One, 113. Okay, 116. We'll pour from the side. So we beat until 50 degrees Celsius, and then with this one remain at 50 also. Very important, you cannot wait until this one until cool down. It will be very hard to emulsify. Okay, you see the result. The Italian meringue. Okay. Temperature is 50 degrees, which is warmer than your hand. So I will place all the cheese mousse, which is cheese filling inside, to get everything mixed well. Okay, lastly, I want to make sure all the Italian meringue is mixed well nicely. Okay, they could be like this, soft and smooth. If you use the temperature is cold and then Italian meringue also cold, they will become very sad. So it's not easy to handle. So I will place this one inside. This is the volume you want. Right, I will tap a little bit, and I will use spatula to flatten it. So the end result will be like this. I'll place inside the freezer. Okay guys, this is the frozen one, which is I do early. So we see the mousse after set will be like this. Okay. So I will proceed to next step. So I have the pink color cocoa butter. I will melt it in the microwave. You need to make until 40 degrees. Okay guys, this is the after bake. Okay, golden brown. So let it cool down. So you will get the result like just now. So I will spray the pink color on top. Just the face. If your pressure too high, you need to go to higher a bit. So I'll place inside the freezer for a while. Okay guys, after you spray the cocoa butter, better you keep your petit gâteau, or like just now the thing I spray, inside the freezer to keep your cocoa butter stable. Okay, now at the side, I have the desiccated coconut and I have gourmet glaze. For gourmet glaze, you need to maintain at 40 degrees Celsius. I will go through the microwave a little bit. Okay, 40 degree. Okay, I ready the mousse. Okay, for easy to dip, I will transfer to the container because easy to fulfill the size. Place the mousse until half of the volume. Clean, place on top. Okay, try to coat the coconut with the gourmet glaze. So you will get the result like this. Place one side. Repeat. Clean. Don't dip too long on the cake because it will affect the thickness of the gourmet glaze. Okay. Right, so the gourmet glaze and the desiccated nut I'll put one side. Now I will transfer them, go to the plate. Twist the skewer. Okay, now I've ready the cream on tea, which is just whipped cream. I don't want to add sugar because it will be too sweet. It's around 150. Okay, under this texture. So you just get the volume you want. Okay, I didn't use any nozzle. 45 degree. You cut the shape. 45 degree. Okay. You will get a French nozzle design. So I will pipe one by one. We'll start from the top because it won't blocking your hand after that. Guys, you see what I designed for this cake. Everything is milky and soft. One more thing is, they don't have so much of the sugar inside, but the sweetness is from the sweet pastry and almond cream. The cream cheese, mousse, the fromage also not much. So the cream chantilly I didn't put in any sugar, so that I will get the balance from the creaminess, and then I will go through the berries. So when you eat it, you have the sour and creamy. That is good. Don't be too complicated. So I'll pie like that. Then now I will cut the fruit. So I have blueberry and the raspberry. I will cut raspberry to half. If you have any kind of berry, you also can apply on top. But I prefer you all use a bit sourness, will be better. It will good for the balancing. Because you have the cheese already, and then you also have the chantilly on top, better you go through some sourness. So one more is when you design the Not design, I mean you're choosing the raspberry, please choose the same size one. It will look balanced for your cake deco. So next I will place the blueberry on top. So same, blueberry I will choose almost the same size. I need 10 pieces. You want to use the gooseberry, you want to use the blackcurrant, everything also no problem. It's not a big problem. So the best I say has some sourness will be the best. So this one very straightforward. You have the cheese, you also have the fresh fruit. And then you also, normally for me, if you have the fresh fruit on top, it's very easy to attract people want to eat it because the freshness and then the colorful. So purposely I choose the blueberry and the raspberry because the color contrast is good. So the last part I will add in is the silver reef. Still can adjust the raspberry if they're not in your shape. I will place all the silver leaf on top of the raspberry because you can see the contrast. And then I will sprinkle some the silver on top of the silver powder on top of the chantilly cream. Okay guys, this is the fromage cheese for today's demo. So very simple, you have the fresh fruit, you have cream chantilly, cream Monty, which is no sugar, and then you have fromage chiboust, almond cream, and the sweet pastry. The sweet pastry is a base. We don't use any spun. The spun is almost like the almond cream. They have the nut flavor like almond cream. They have the supporting flavor to support your cheese mousse. After you eat, they won't be too light. And then cheese mousse is also can pair with your berries. And then the cream chantilly, cream Monty is help you to reduce and balance the flavor of the sour and sweet and creamy. So if you have questions, you can ask now. Oh, I will slide, okay. I will take one pieces and slice. Okay guys, you can see the layer. Very simple, all is white. Bottom will be the sweet pastry, almond cream, cheese mousse, which is fromage cheese chiboust, and then cream chantilly and berries.